Jets Ward.
Jets, Jets. What is going on, Jets fans and Jets Ward? Back with you guys. Welcome back. I'm so happy to get back with you guys. I got a fun one for you guys. We are going into week 3 of the NFL season, and we got some really good games coming up this weekend. The Bills and the Dolphins have already played on Thursday night. Bills beating them 31-21. Solid game by them. Now, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the Sunday matchups and giving you guys a little bit of my predictions of what is going to happen in these games, score predictions, talking about what we've seen so far based on the teams. Will some teams go 0-3? Will some teams pick up their first win? Will some teams remain undefeated? We will see. But first, before we get into it, if you have been here before, welcome back. You know I love making these videos for you. I love that you keep coming back, and I'm glad that you guys are enjoying them. Now, for those that are new here, welcome. Whether you're a Jets fan, a fan of another NFL team, or just a casual NFL fan, you are always welcome here in the Jets Ward. It is a safe space for you. But without further ado, let's get into it. And the first game that we are going to be talking about this weekend is the Bengals and the Vikings. Now, this is an interesting one. Joe Burrow has suffered a very big injury for the Cincinnati Bengals. He will be out for around 3 months. It appears a serious toe injury for him. So they are going to have Browning as their starting quarterback this weekend. They signed Mike White to the team this week. They signed Wolford as well for more competition. But it looks like Browning is going to be able to be the starter for the Bengals this coming week. And with the Vikings, J.J. McCarthy suffered an injury for them as well. And Carson Wentz is going to make his first start for the Minnesota Vikings this week. Only signed a couple weeks ago from them, so not much time in the system yet. But we will see what happens with this one. This is a tough one. Both teams have really good offenses, great receivers, great weapons. Defense-wise, I think what I'm going to have to do is go with the defense in this one. And the Vikings defense, in my opinion, is much better than the Cincinnati Bengals. I think they'll be able to run on that defense. I think Justin Jefferson will have a big day. I think Carson Wentz will make this offense move. I still trust Carson Wentz. I think he can be solid for this team. And I think Browning is going to struggle against this Vikings defense. Give me the Vikings 21-17, especially since they're at home. I think the Vikings are going to be taking this game. Now, getting into the next one. Next game, I got Texans versus the Jaguars, a nice division game for them over here. And for this one, I think the Texans are going to pick up their first win. Jaguars struggled against the Bengals last week, end up losing to them after Joe Burrow goes down. And it just looks like their offense was a jumbled mess. Trevor Lawrence was very inconsistent. Brian Thomas Jr. was having awful drops. And the defense, there's only so much you can do when your offense is not helping you out. Texans, they've been having a rough go at it. They've played 2 very tough teams. They played the Rams week 1, and they just played this past week as well against the Buccaneers. So it's tough for them. Monday night they lost to the Bucs in a very close game that they could have easily won. I honestly think the Texans are going to get their first victory here. I think they're not going to start out 0-3. They're just too good of a team. That offensive line for the Texans concerns me, but I think the Texans end up pulling up the victory on this one, end up becoming 1-2, and the Jaguars fall to 1-2 as well. Texans win 31-27. Continuing on, we get to the Colts and Titans. Now in this one, it's a fun one as well. Colts have been on a roll. They have beat up on the Dolphins week 1, and then they squeaked out against the Broncos last week, coming from behind and kicking a game-winning field goal. Titans, their defense has been holding up for the most part, but their offense can't seem to get it going. End up getting blown out by the Rams last week at home. I think the Colts end up winning this one and become 3-0. Daniel Jones has been playing the best football of his career so far. That offense looks really solid under their leadership over there. The defense has been solid for the Colts. Cam Ward is still trying to figure things out. Hasn't thrown an interception yet, but I think he throws a couple against the Colts this week. Don't think that offense gets going yet. I think the Colts are going to end up winning this one 27-21, going 3-0, and Titans fall to 0-3. Continuing on with the next game, we got the Raiders and Commanders. This one's going to be a fun one. Raiders are going to be, or Commanders are going to be without Jaden Daniels. Marcus Mariota is going to be making a start as Jaden Daniels recovers from an injury he suffered against the Packers. This is going to be an interesting one because Jaden Daniels is not playing and Marcus Mariota is. I trust Mariota, but I think the Raiders are going to rebound very well after the shellacking they got from the Chargers this past week on Monday night. I think the Raiders end up winning this one in Washington, 28-13. Offense, I think Ashton Jeanty gets more carries, and I think they just pretty much run the ball all over the Commanders and take this one from the Commanders and become 2-1 on the season. Commanders will fall 1-2. But next game, I got the Rams-Eagles. This is a fun matchup. This is going to be one of the better games this week, in my opinion. And honestly, I think the Rams end up beating the Eagles 31-21. I just think the Rams are a better team right now. Matt Stafford is looking healthy. He is looking good. Still has two great weapons in Puka Nacua, who's looked great. Devontae Adams is still getting things going. Kyron Williams and Blake Corum even having a good game last week. I think the Rams are just going to be too much. I think their defense is very much improved. The Eagles seem like they haven't really got things going yet. The defense looks a little slow. Carter didn't look great last week as the defensive tackle for the Eagles. And honestly, I know they were playing the Chiefs, but they still didn't look great. I think that the Rams are a better team than the Chiefs at this point, and I think the Rams end up taking this one to a score of 31-21 over the Eagles. Next one, Falcons versus the Panthers. And guys, I think the Falcons are going to crush them. Panthers have not been playing well. The offense started to get things going last week against the Cardinals, but Ted McMillan has looked good. The rest of the offense has not looked good. Bryce Young is going to be without two starting offensive linemen, which is not great. Robert Hunt being one of them. So going to be having offensive line troubles. The defense hasn't been able to stop anything, and the Falcons are coming off a big win this past weekend as well. So I think they're going to get things going. I think the defense for the Falcons is going to step up. I think they're going to have a form of a pass rush. So Falcons, I think, end up destroying Carolina 34-17 in this division matchup in Carolina. Getting into the next one, I got the Steelers versus the Patriots. I think this is going to be a very good game. I don't think the Steelers are that good of a team. Rodgers did not look great last week. The offense for the Steelers did not look great against the Seahawks last week. They ended up getting beat pretty badly by the Seahawks. And Patriots pulled off a good win against the Miami Dolphins. I end up thinking the Steelers, I just think they're a little bit better than the Patriots right now, end up winning this close game 21-20. I don't think Rodgers is going to have that great of a game, but I think he's going to make the plays when they count. And New England, they still got a lot of young players. The offensive line has looked okay. The defense hasn't looked great yet either. So I think the offense for the Steelers will be able to get things going, and I think their defense is going to be able to bounce back as well because the weapons of the Patriots, I don't really think they're all that great. Stephon Diggs is solid, but he still hasn't been getting the ball thrown his way a lot. There's just a lot of things that the Patriots are still working out. So I think the Steelers end up winning this one in New England 21-20. Get into the next one. We have a fun matchup here. And it's the Packers versus the Browns. The Browns have not been good. They just got blown out by the Ravens. And I think the Packers are going to come in here and blow them out as well. Going to win 27-10. I don't think the Browns offense is going to be able to move on that Packers defense, which has been fantastic so far, especially Micah Parsons out there. Micah Parsons and Rashawn Gary are going to be able to go after Flacco all day. I don't think the defense is not going to be able to, or the offense for the Browns is not going to be able to stop that defensive pass rush. And the defense, I don't think, will be able to take the onslaught of weapons that the Packers have. I know Reed is out for a while, and Romeo Doubs has been dinged up a little bit. Tucker Kraft has an injury this week in practice, but I think he'll be ready to go. But I think the Packers, Jordan Love has been playing very good, and I think the Packers are just going to basically have a cakewalk against the Browns, win 27-10 in Cleveland. And next one, I got the Jets versus the Buccaneers. Now, as you guys know, my favorite team is the Jets. It has not been great. They're just coming off an awful loss against the Buffalo Bills, where they got shellacked by them. Buccaneers coming off a big victory against the Houston Texans on Monday night. But the Buccaneers are dealing with a lot of offensive line injuries. Tristan Wirfs is still not ready. Cody Mauch is out for the season as well. And Gorecki, who just got hurt in the last game as well, won't be playing in this game. So they're going to have a lot of different starting linemen. And Emeka Egbuka has been dealing with some injuries. Baker Mayfield has been dinged up a little bit as well. Elijah Cansey's out for the season. The Buccaneers are pretty banged up at this point. So are the Jets. The Jets, there's Jermaine Johnson will be out for this game, which was a big bummer. So Jets fans will have to suffer Michael Clemens starting again. But we have a lot of players that are very interesting right now. I think the Jets end up getting their first victory in this one. I think the Jets upset the Buccaneers in Tampa Bay 24-21. I think they end up winning, get our first victory, and give us hope that maybe AG can turn things around. Justin Fields won't be playing, so Tyrod Taylor will be getting the start. And I think Tyrod, he's a wily veteran. If he can stay healthy and we can stop that pass rush that the Buccaneers have, I think Tyrod will be able to move the ball on the Buccaneers defense. And I think he'll be able to do pretty well. I think Garrett Wilson will have a big game. I think Breece Hall will be able to run the ball on this team. And I think Braylon Allen will have a much bigger game as well. But for right now, I have the Jets picking up their first victory. It's a quintessential trap game, in my opinion. Jets win 24-21 in Tampa Bay. Going into the next one, we got the Chargers or the Buccaneers, the Broncos versus the Chargers. I have the Chargers winning this one. But Broncos have not looked great. Bo Nix has been very streaky. The defense has been great for them, but has given up some points as well. Chargers just look like the better team at this point. They look like the best team in that division. I think Harbaugh's got these guys rolling. I think Herbert's been awesome so far. Quentin Johnston has looked great so far for them. Keenan Allen's getting back into it. Ladd McConkey has been dealing with injuries, but that offense has been rolling for the Chargers. I think O'Myron Hampton is going to get things going. Najee Harris will be more involved as well. I think the Chargers end up winning this one at home against the Broncos 28-24. Next one, Saints at Seattle. Seahawks are winning this one. Saints have looked okay. Spencer Rattler has looked good for the Saints, but the defense has not been able to hold anybody. And the Seahawks, Sam Darnold threw 2 picks, but he's making plays when they need to. Jackson Smith-Njigba is a monster. He's been looking very, very good. That offense has been rolling for Seattle. That defense has been playing solid as well. I think the Seahawks at home end up handling the Saints, end up beating them 34-21. Sam Darnold has a big day. I think he throws for over 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Spencer Rattler, I think, struggles in this one. I think he throws for only 180-plus yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. And I don't think Alvin Kamara gets going in this game either. I think that run defense for the Seattle Seahawks will lock him down. And I think Olave will struggle as well today or against the Seahawks. So Seahawks win 34-21. Getting into the next one, we got the Cowboys versus the Bears. I think the Cowboys are going to want to come in and try to get revenge. Their defense looked awful last week against the Giants, and they only squeaked out a victory in overtime thanks to Aubrey kicking a 64-yarder to tie the game at the end of the 4th quarter. And honestly, the Bears don't look good. Caleb Williams is still making bad decisions. He's made some plays. Rome Odunze looked great last week, but there's still some issues with Caleb Williams, and I don't think this offense is going to be able to get it going against the Cowboys defense. And I think the Cowboys are just going to steamroll the Bears in Chicago. I think the Cowboys are going to win 37-17. Caleb Williams is going to have a rough day. Rome Odunze, I think, will get his, but I think it's going to be tough for him. Cowboys win 37-17. Getting into the next one, we got the Cardinals versus the 49ers, and I think the Cardinals are going to win. It's saying Brock Purdy is going to be back for this game, but even so, I don't think that offense for the 49ers is that electric. I like Christian McCaffrey. I like Brian Robinson Jr. I like Ricky Pearsall, but they still have some injuries on that offense that are going to affect them. Kittle is still out. So Brock Purdy being back is great, but I think the Cardinals are going to be able to move the ball. I like the 49ers defense, but I think they struggle with mobile quarterbacks like Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray will be able to move the ball on them. I think Marvin Harrison will have a good day. And honestly, I think Cardinals are going to steal this one in San Francisco. They'll beat them 28-21. Getting into the next one, Got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Giants, and oh man, I honestly think this might be the game that Daboll gets fired, because I think the Giants are just going to look so unprepared against the Chiefs, and the Chiefs are just going to steamroll them, beating them 41-24. The Chiefs are not starting off 0-3. I'm telling you that now. The Giants played probably what is going to be their best game of the year against the Cowboys. The offense was moving. Russ was moving. Chiefs defense is much better than the Cowboys defense. And I think Russell Wilson is going to come back down to earth. I don't think they're going to do very well. I think Malik Neighbors is going to get shut down for the first half and then get some plays in the second half when the Chiefs are already handling them. Jackson Dart might be able to come in this game. I think Russell Wilson could get benched in this game for Jackson Dart, in my opinion. And I just think it's going to be a rough day for the Giants fans and fans who go watch this game. I think it's going to be a long day for you guys. Pat Mahomes is coming for blood, and I think he's going to move this ball up and down the field on that Giants defense. Again, Kansas City wins 41-24. Getting into the next one, this is going to be a fun one. Lions in Baltimore. Both teams coming off big wins. Lions crushing the Chicago Bears, scoring a 50-burger on them. Ravens putting up 40 points against the Cleveland Browns. Man, this is a heavyweight matchup right here that a lot of fans are going to be turning into. I think the Ravens end up squeaking this one out at home, end up beating the Lions 38-36, but I think both defenses are going to struggle. I think Lamar Jackson will have a monster day. Derrick Henry, I think, will get his, but I think it's going to be a day where the offense for Lamar Jackson just throwing the ball. Zay Flowers has looked awesome so far, but I think Bateman's going to have a big day against the Detroit Lions defense. Watch out for him. And it's going to be a fun game to watch. I think the Ravens are just a better team at this point and overall score more points. They put up 40 points in both games that they played, against the Bills and against the Browns. I don't think they put up 40 points against the Lions, but I still think they put up a lot of points. Lamar Jackson will have a great day. Jared Goff, I think, will have a great day as well. Amon-Ra St. Brown, I think, will be great for them. Jamison Williams, I think, needs to get more involved. Yes, he had over 100 yards receiving, but he only had 2 catches and a touchdown. I think he'll get more involved. But I think Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman are going to have some big days against that Detroit Lions defense. Ravens win 38-36. And guys, that is the Monday night game. That is all I have for you in this one, my score predictions. Let me know what you think. Are there any games that you think are going to be upsets? Do you think the Jets have a chance against the Buccaneers, or do you think they're going to get slacked again? Let me know what you guys think, and let me know your predictions down in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys as well. I'm glad you guys are enjoying these videos. We are over 2,460 subscribers, almost to 2,500. Let's keep going. I appreciate all of you guys so much for making this channel what it is. I love you guys. Thank you so much. And again, thank you so much for joining me in the JETS Jets Ward. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.